Yo, what is going on, Nitrosites? It is your boy, the Nitro General here, and welcome back to Week 7, the final week of the NPBA against the Maryland Milotics and Coach Solar Surfer. If you guys are excited for this and you're ready to show some support for the final week of the NPBA, make sure you guys are subscribed and your notifications on so you do not miss the video. I am very, very excited about this week. I know I've been saying this a lot, but I feel like we have a very uphill battle again this week. He probably has the scariest team in the league. Granted, I think we have a good matchup, and I think we have a good point, but we really have to do our best to conserve differential this week, because if Karanikis wins, we have to hope that we have more differential points as he do, so we can get the bye to the semifinals. Otherwise, we get into the playoffs, and we risk losing because it's elimination, so it doesn't matter what it is after that. So, but yes, so let's just, I don't really want to waste too much time. I'm really excited. Soul Surfer's been in the league. He has played in now, I think, 3 of the 4 seasons. I don't think he played in the first one. Maybe he did. I can't remember. But, yeah, this is his team, right? It consists of Chien, Greninja, Lycanroc Dusk, regular Rotom, Florges, Noivern, Spidops, Poltegeist, Metacham, and Greedent. Insane team, right? Obviously, Qianpao and Chiyu are incredibly scary, right? Both have been banned in singles, right? Chiyu is incredibly scary, can run Scarf. I think Specs is a very, very good item for this thing, but it gets access to stuff like Flamethrower, Fire Blast, does get access to Ruination, but it gets Dark Pulse, I think is the better one. Gets access to Psychic as well. That's a big one. Yeah, Memento is also pretty big, right? Qianpao obviously gets access to Ice Spinner, gets access to Ice Beam, but he won't run that. Sacred Sword, Crunch. Now, okay, his 2 Terra Captains are Qianpao and Lycanroc Dusk, right? So Qianpao obviously can Terra into anything. I feel like usually Ghost is a good Terra for this thing because it is, because it is not, it's no longer weak to fighting, which is 4 times weakness. He has run Terra Flying a few times too, to take out the fighting types, so not only just Terra Ghost, but Terra Flying. I guess he could run Terra Psychic as well, but it doesn't get a Psychic type move. I guess he needs to run Terra Blast, but yeah, it's incredibly scary, and it's super, super fast. Both of these Pokemon are, right? His whole team is incredibly, well, not his whole team, a lot of his team is incredibly fast. Greninja, obviously being a huge threat. Now, Protean has been nerfed quite a bit, so it only works the first turn out. Cannot run the Battle Bond because it has not been released yet, but it does get access to stuff like Water Shuriken, Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, Hydro Pump, U-Turn, Spikes. It gets access to Gunk Shot as well. So it can be a lot of those different types, but it can do a lot of damage, right? This thing is incredibly scary. It just hits extremely hard. I feel like Specs is a really good item for this guy too. Maybe Life Orb or potentially Scarf. Lycanroc Dusk is his other Terra. This thing usually it's Terra fighting to avoid the super effective fighting and getting stabbed to close combat. Also gets Cell Rock in this form for priority, so we do have to worry about that as well. Does get access to Earthquake, Stealth Rock as well, Stopping Tantrum. A lot of just really, really good moves in general. Crunch, Ice Fang. This Pokemon's just a menace, right? Rotom, regular Rotom is incredibly scary as well. Not like super scary for our team in general, but I highly doubt he brings it because we don't have a ton of Pokemon that's super good against. But it is obviously gets access to a lot of stuff that all Rotoms get, right? Shadow Ball, you know, Will-O-The-Wisp. It is the worst Rotom form, but it gets, you know, Will-O-The-Wisp. It gets Thunder Wave, Volt Switch, you know, even though stats are the same as like the Rotoms that are actually really good. Yeah, it gets a lot of stuff, but I really don't think that that's coming. Florges is really ungodly bulky, so we do have to worry about that, and that being very, very good against our team. Gets access to stuff like Calm Mind, Moonblast, Stored Power, Protect, Wish. Obviously, Wish and Protect cannot be used in consecutive turns in this league, but overall, it's just incredibly scary. So, Noivern obviously gets access to Tailwind, Defog, Boom Burst, Dragon Pulse, Draco Meteor, Air Slash, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, a lot of just really, really good moves in general. Now, this little Spidops guy, he is actually a little bit bigger of a threat than you would think. He gets access to Sticky Webs, gets access to Toxic Spikes, Memento, regular Spikes, I believe, as well. Gets access to a lot of just really, really good moves in general, and my cat is now trying to walk across my chair. If you want to say hi to the people, this is my cat, Loki. Say hi to the people, Loki. No, not me. Say hi to the people. Say hi. There you go, bud. Okay, so, yeah, it gets a lot of good moves. Also, like I said, gets access to Memento. Obviously, if this thing is run like Masquerade, like we run Masquerade anyway, it probably focus that. I feel like because our team is really fast, I feel like he does that. He either brings that or Tailwind on Noivern. I mean, there is that. Metachamp, we know how scary that thing is, right? Pure Power is insane. Bullet Punch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Close Combat, Drain Punch, Detect, Fake Out. You know, just bulk up. It's incredibly scary. This thing, obviously, Choice Band is good, or Life Orb, or Focus Sash. I guess it could be Scarf. Greedent is not super scary because of our fighting type Pokemon, and he hasn't brung it once yet. But it obviously gets access to Belly Drum, Body Slam, Earthquake, a lot of that stuff. But Poltergeist, this thing is a menace. Shell Smash is crazy. Shell Smash, White Earth. It gets access to Giga Drain. It gets access to Stored Power, Shadow Ball. It gets access to Strength Sap. It's insane, right? This thing is just crazy. But if I had to pick 6 Pokemon, I think he's going to bring Chi-Yu, Chien, probably Greninja, Spidops or Noivern, probably Poltergeist, and either Metacham or Lycanroc. The only Pokemon I cannot see him bringing are probably Rotom and Greninja. Anything else is probably fair game, but I can't see him bringing both Spidops and Noivern to this fight. Just doesn't really make sense in my opinion. So yeah, but that is his team. Let's get into the team that we're bringing. Yo, what is going on, guys? We are now back in the battle against Solar Surfer, coach of the Maryland Milotics, for week 7 of the NPBA, the final week of the season, guys. I'm incredibly nervous. Like I said, because Karanikis beat us last week, now he has a chance to beat us for that bye. I would like the bye because I really don't want to lose in playoffs and have our season be done. So, but honestly, if he wins this week with a good enough win streak, then it is what it is. Then we've completely lost. So, yeah. But that's what we're gonna do. So, we're going to jump into the battle here. Unfortunately, this has to be post-commentary because our times did not line up, so we were not able to do this one live. Last week, unfortunately, had to be post-commentary as well because my mic didn't record for the battle. Well, it recorded, but not the right mic, and the audio just sounded like garbage, so that's obviously why. But this week, we actually had to do this not at the time that I'm, recording this video, so... unfortunately, we already know what happened. Well, I know what happened, but we're gonna get right into it. So, this is the team. It's basically what I assumed. I'm a little happy that there is no Lycanroc. The Noivern part is good, but I understand why he didn't bring Noivern as well. So, I don't really know who he's gonna go into. I feel like probably Florges was a good lead for him. As well as maybe just going balls to the wall and going Chien and Chi-Yu as the lead. But I decided, as always, to go with our little Iron Valiant here, as well as the Masquerade, as well as we always do. So we have this. So I lead off by going for a Moonblast. He goes Poltergeist and Chi-Yu. I'm a little nervous because Poltergeist gets Shell Smash, like I said. And this thing, he leads off, and it looks like he probably just wants to just Shell Smash already, and then just try and sweep. So I Moonblast on the Poltergeist instead of the Chi-Yu, strictly because of that. Chi-Yu really can't do very much to us, unless he is Psychic here. So that was really good. And then he was Psychic here, and just knocks out Iron Valiant. So that was not great. I was actually really hoping that he wouldn't be Psychic here, but he was. So Iron Valiant is gone. which is really good for him since that hits 3 of his team for super effective. 4 of his team for super effective. So there is that. And then I use Tailwind to try and negate the speed boost here that he gets. So he does Shell Smash, and he does not get the Mirror Herb. Why doesn't he get the Mirror Herb? Or the White Herb? When did he get the White Herb? Oh. Well, I guess that wasn't good for him that he led with Chi-Yu in Poltergeist, because it dropped his Okay, I guess that wasn't really good on his part. So now he is lower defenses. So I thought if I just come in with Palafin and Jet Punch on the Poltergeist, we could get the KO. So that was my plan here. So he Jet Punches. I just go for a Sticky Web because I know I need it. He goes for a Psychic, and it does that much damage when it's not stab and not super effective, which tells me that he's probably Choice Specs. So that is what I would assume. I mean, Chi-Yu could have been Scarfed as well. But then he decides to go into Chien Pao. And this is really scary because this is just really, really good in general. I decide that now, in order to get my 0 to hero form, I should probably double out. So I double out into a Reverum here, which is a little scary because if he does Psychic on... If he did Psychic into the Palafin spot, but I feel like he probably wants to take out Masquerain. But I didn't really have a good switch in for Psychic in general. So I feel like because of him thinking I might go for a Jet Punch, he might just, Psychic on the Masquerain, take that out. And I Bug Buzz on the Chien Pao here, and I just take it out first turn. Which is nuts. Like, absolutely nuts. Like, we don't even have to worry about that. Masquerain, what is going on, bro? I could not even believe that damage. He does Psychic and kill Masquerain, which is not great. But now I can just come back in here with, actually, I could have went back into Palafin here, but I decided to go with Gengar. He goes into Metacham here. He could easily Flamethrower or Psychic Reverum here, or either of these slots. But because we are faster, I feel like he might go for a Psychic into Gengar. So that's what I was hoping for, that he would go for a Psychic into Gengar. We Shadow Ball on the Metacham here because I knew we were faster because of the Tailwind. So I thought if I could get the KO on Metacham, that would be the best bet. And he actually does go for a Psychic. We go for a Shift Gear here, hoping that maybe I can try to sweep. He does go for the Psychic right into Gengar as well because he was not thinking Reverum was as big of a threat as that which I was hoping. And then we are able to go into Palafin, and he does go into Florges here, which is not the best, but he really doesn't have too many other great options. I feel like he was going into, like, he could have went Greninja, but I think he was saving Greninja for Slitherwing, especially because he could have Hydro Pumped and done a lot of damage to Slitherwing, getting rid of the damage-wise. So I decided it's my best interest to just, I believe, Iron Head on the Florges and Jet Punch on the Chi-Yu, which is what we do. I Jet Punch. He switches out into Greninja here to save Chi-Yu, but because, and I also think he did that because he got the stupid Cursed Body on Psychic, so if he'd be forced to struggle here. So it was just a lot to Greninja. I Iron Head and just kill the Florges, which is really good. And I believe he just said GG here, or he says it like now. Yeah, GG. So we get the Jet Punch out into the Chi-Yu, and he Water Shurikens on Reverum here, which not even Hydro Pumps, but because of the speed boost, it is what it is. He does get 1 crit here, but we take it out with Iron Head, and we do pick up the win, a 3-0 win against Soulless Surfer for this week. So that is really, really nice. That does put us at a 13 differential in total, which means that Karanikis, if he wins this week, if he wins this week, he has to win by 1 or 2 in order for us to still be able to do that. Or it would be a tie if he wins by 3. If he wins by 3, it would kind of be crazy. At that point, we might just go, what I might do is I might just do a sudden death for like him and I, and do like a one, like we each pick 1 Pokemon for our team, and do that, and whoever wins that one gets the bye into the semifinals, unless he just wants to forfeit the bye, but I highly doubt he would. So, but yeah, that's the battle, guys. I mean, it is what it is. We got the win, which is nice. We actually got to bring Reverum for once, and we did not bring Cloth at all this season yet. I mean, I guess we still have the playoffs, semifinals, and finals, but yeah, I was hoping that it would do a little bit more, but unfortunately, this is it. So, But I really hope you guys did enjoy. Like I said, I really hope you guys are excited for possibly a battle next week for the playoffs, or you guys will see a battle in 2 weeks for the semifinals. So, but either way, guys, it's been a great season. I've really enjoyed. I might make one last final transaction. I don't know. It would have to be a power play. Strictly because of the finals, of the semifinals and finals being really, really scary. But but without further ado, guys, that's gonna be it for me. So like I say at the end of every video, I am the Nitro General. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Nitro General's out.